Well, hello there, Virgo. Welcome or welcome back to your new happy place, my new happy place. This is going to be a fun reading. It's actually going to be a pick a path as opposed to a pick a pile. My plan here is to consistently create a path um, in an almost personal way for each zodiac sign. So going forward, you won't have just a blanket Virgo reading for these lunar events. You'll have a pick a path reading. So pick a hue, and we'll go from there. So it's going to be fun. If nothing else, it'll be entertaining. So I have 3 piles to pick from. These won't be numbered. And these are put in random. Of course, the cards go with the color. But we have the red path. We have the yellow. Very glittery path. I hope you can see that. And we have blue. Blue. All right. This is going to be fun. I'll see you at your reading. Hello, those Virgos that chose the red path. So this is going to be your beginning start here point of your pick a path for the summer solstice. If you don't know, the summer solstice is when the sun is at the highest point in the sky that it will be for the full year cycle. So at this point, we are at the top of the sky come June 20th. Is it the 20th or 21st? The 21st. So again, we are at this point where we can make a graceful leap forward, right? Consider being at the top of the Wheel of Fortune, right? You have everything at your disposal. You can go in whatever direction you choose. It's kind of a beautiful place to begin a new cycle for yourself. Okay, and I know collectively we are certainly ready for that. So let's go ahead and see what the red path has in store for you. So we're going to put that right there. And I haven't seen any of this, so surprise and delight. You have the rune of, which one is this? This one is number 19, Awaz, the horse. Okay, which is about your personal potential, great energy, even your personal momentum. I love that energy. It's all about that leap into your new beginning. And I don't want to sound so extreme. A new point to begin from. Consider this. Let's see what we have here. The flow from the Awake Oracle. Beautiful. Night Oracle, you have creating the flow, spirituality into your everyday life. Recognizing spirit everywhere you go. That is beautiful. Most definitely the flow. Being aware of the flow. Inviting the flow into your everyday life. Surprise and delight, right? We have the Hunter, number 27, from the Mystical Shaman. Now, the Hunter is an interesting archetype because in this particular oracle deck, in shamanism in general, the aspect of the Hunter is like, that you are well provided for. A hunter only hunts when it's necessary. And it is a great honor to appreciate, life that you take in that regard. It's a beautiful gift. So that's where that's coming from. A beautiful gift, recognizing the spirituality in your everyday life, being taken care of, moving forward in that momentum. Patience, wow. The red balloon, Virgo. We had patience for your red, for your Wow, Spirit is so awesome. Spirituality in your everyday life, my loves. There's your red balloon. And for those, I don't know if I completed that statement, but Patience was in the, excuse me, June Virgo reading. Sorry. For the transition up until this point. Wow. All right. So it looks like we're recognizing our red balloon as everything it needs to be. Okay, cool. I'm excited. And thank you again for playing along with this channel. It really is, I'm thoroughly enjoying being able to spread these fantastically beautiful messages that really are, at the heart of the truth of all. And, I'm honored to be a part of it. So thank you for watching. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please consider doing so. So I have 5 archetypes. One is going to be our starting or our overall point, which is the ring. The eternal wrapped up around all of the universal truth and the workings of all that is. The commitment. The real commitment. Wow. I'm going to put that over here. That little dragon. Thank you. Ooh, that's heavy. I mean, awesomely. Awesomely. And it's not even heavy. It's like certain. Wow. Gnosis. Gnosis is you as the self, Virgo. That flow of knowledge. Pure wisdom right there. The flow itself. Your red balloon. The reason why you know the ring is a good thing. Checking out for sure. Look at that flow. Everyday life. Flow of gnosis. And the continuous evolution of all things. All things work together for good. God, this is beautiful. Again, it truly is my honor to do these. And this pick a path. It felt so right when that came to me. All right, so, excuse me. One more sip here. All right, and where does the red path begin? The destroyer, the mature creator, the destroyer. Wisdom, new perspective. Again, a mature creator. What do we have in our hand? The offering. How beautiful. The offering. This is truly beautiful. A truly beautiful red path. Beautiful. Okay, and why? The cave. Now, if you recognize those eyes there, let me show you something before we begin. Hi, kitty. And this is North Star. She's our mascot. She's a saber-toothed tiger kitty. She's our little confirmer. So if you notice again, the eyes in the cave, the eyes on the destroyer. Okay. This is beautiful. Truly beautiful. Yeah. Whew. Wow. I am mesmerized right now by the amount of spirit here right now. And I don't mean spirit in an elusive way. I mean in such a beautifully clean, comprehensively clear, it's in your hand kind of way. Wow. Wow. Okay. I feel like I want to read a little bit of Shekinah so I can get you guys going on your path properly. Number 6. There she is. Ooh. Wow, that's all I can say. Let me hold this here for a second. Ooh. All right, number 6, Shekinah. Oh, pardon me. Apologies. Okay, so Shekinah, we have the spiritual worlds want to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe for you to rely on spirit as a loving, protective, helpful, and practical presence, able to positively affect all areas of your life, including facilitating the resolution of physical problems. Do not limit your spirituality to concepts. Instead, apply your higher knowledge and principles. Grow your wisdom and live your path. Acknowledge your value as a person, as a soul. Treasure the gift of your path and let your spirituality integrate with all facets of your life. Well, now that says exactly what I was feeling. That's astounding, you know. It is such a glorious, glorious concept that you're being asked to play with in your everyday world. Call it. It wants you to play with it. I mean, in the simplest way, this is absolutely a beckoning from all that is. Trust us. Trust us. It wants you to help. It wants to help you resolve your worldly concerns. It is safe to rely on spirit as a practical presence able to positively affect all areas of your life. Wow. Apply your higher knowledge and principles, which again is the gnosis. Growing your wisdom and living your path. It's like you're in the realm of the destroyer. What you say goes. You know, the destroyer is the third of 3 in this archetypal oracle pack. And, you know, this is absolute in hand of this gnosis, okay? Knowing that they're in the flow. That spirit works with them and for them to the degree that they trust that it does. And this is most definitely a compound effect. That's why you're being asked to live your path. You know, commit to this. The ring here is all about commitment. And this is so beautiful. You have this all in your hands. This all in your hands. Okay. Let's go ahead and get your tarot. How beautiful, yeah? Beautiful. You know, and it's your own personal, again with this horse rune, it's your personal momentum, you know, your personal energy, your great energy that propels anything. You know, and you're committed to living in an everyday life. So why not allow spirit to help you? Right? Because you're in hand of the flow. I mean, you're in the flow. And you're being reminded that you're in the flow. Oh, Virgo. I mean, this is just a beautiful recognition that you are truly everything you need to be. And they're just asking you to commit, to act like it's real. Give them a chance to show you it's true. I love that. Like, even in physical matters, right? Everything. Everything. Chicken up for sure. And number 6 is one of my favorite letters. Favorite letters. Oh boy. Favorite numbers. Okay. Here's the situation, please. For the red path to begin here. The Empress. Exactly. The opposite of the cave. The offering itself, in the presence of gnosis, committed to all that is true and allowing it to work for you. Allowing it to work for you. Start up here. Okay, and the self for Virgo. I'm sorry, did I even show you the Empress? Let me see here. Okay, so this is your situation, the Empress, and this is you, the Four Swords. In hand of the voice. I mean, in hand of spirit, not in hand. Why do I keep saying in hand? Because of the red balloon. And the offering. This Four Swords, this fourth sword down here, is that golden voice within that evolves the world towards a heaven that is already here. To know this is to know your destiny. Your words, inner, outer, however you want to consider how you use your gnosis, is very important here. And it looks like that is exactly where you are in this beginning of a new annual cycle. Because really, summer solstice to summer solstice is an annual cycle. You're considering this gnosis, this golden voice that is always there, that's always right, it always attempts to, your beautiful guidance. Your beautiful guidance. And this is trusting it. Okay, cool. I feel like shuffling. Oh, we have a full trusting. A brand new beginning. The full trust is red balloon. That lily in his hand. Okay. And what is this cave? What is this foundation? Please, the why. Thank you. Well, the Six of Wands. Six of Wands. As your why. In regards to the cave, it's almost like in the Destroyer, again, with that eyes and this being pulled into self-recognition, it's almost like step back, allow what you already know to be true, to have a chance to show you that it's true. It's like a feedback system, and you're just being asked to start. And if you haven't started, to not have assumptions. Again, this Destroyer is a mature creator. You've already gone through cycles of creating. You know that you can. The offering here is asking you to step back and allow for the best scenarios to play for you so that you don't have to stay in this cave system in your beliefs. You do not have to do anything in regards to anything. If spirit tells you otherwise, like it's just asking you to start playing along and to recognize that it is true. The offering. And this is a beautiful beginning. This is a beautiful beginning. Because the power is in your hands. The gnosis even is in your hands. Wow. Let's see, Virgo, the red path here. Where are they coming from? Where's their past scenario here? Ace of Cups, Shekinah itself, Gnosis itself, the offering, the flow. The reason why a hunter doesn't need to overly hunt and has great honor in having done it. The red balloon. The wonder of coming out of the cave. Okay. Yay. I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You have been shown that there is at least a flow to believe in. I love that. That's a wonderfully beautiful place to have a new beginning from, Virgo. Oh, red path. I mean, I feel like this is going to be spectacular. We've got a couple. This is going to be your surrounding environment. The Three of Wands. Looking for it. Looking for it. And again, the Six of Wands is your why. It's almost like people looking at you. In your everyday life. In the flow. Committed to spirit. Knowing that your red balloon never leads you wrong. Faith. The flow of gnosis. No. My ships are coming in. He's got high expectations. That's the posture of prayer right there. That is the posture of prayer right there. Can you guys see these cards? Down a little bit. Wow. Just beautiful. Okay, so Queen of Cups is where you're at right now. When you see this reading, Queen of Cups, cherishing that cup. That's the Ace of Cups there on her lap. The chalice, the Holy Grail. The flow. Spirit. Shekinah. The ring. Gnosis. All of it. All of it. Wonderful. Feeling that cup. Aware that you have it. The Chariot is how the Empress plays out in the future. That's very momentum added to your offering, your flow, your excuse me, living your path. Committing to living your path means living your path. And if you're choosing to, give spirit the time of day when it occurs to you, and it feels good to do it, that's again a self-perpetuating compound thing. Like there'll be a time where you have absolute faith in every moment you're in for spirit to show up, and it looks like that's what this is absolute faith. The Chariot is how the Empress plays out for you, and essentially this is the Empress with momentum going forward, and this Chariot is concrete. He's not actually going anywhere. And he's got two sphinxes as his leads, and they are laying. A star on his forehead. This Chariot is very, very aware of themselves. So this is like full willpower, full self, understanding the riddle right in the middle. Full chest. Full chest. Oh, wow. All about the cups for you. I love this, the flow. You're Nine of Cups. Self-satisfaction. Self with spirit. That Ace of Cups that comes into the Queen of Cups with you right now plays into you were right. You were right to believe, to give it a chance, to live your path, to trust spirit to show up. Because it does. And you do get to sit in it. And know in your heart that it was right. And that it was right for you. Wow. Spirit is really showing up for you right here. Really beautifully showing up for you. Okay. What a new beginning. I love this so much. talk about mature creator. It's like mature co-creation. It's like now I know that, this is what happens when I try to do it by myself. Now I know that I do have a flow and I do hear it and I do feel it, if I'm going against it or for it or, we all have our own personal guidance system and how we know whether we're going with it or against it, right? So it's like recognizing all that. You are most definitely aware that you're co-creating. And that is the offering itself. From spirit to you in hopes that you allow it to show you that it is true. Wow. Yeah. Okay, I just want to show you the Ace of Swords on the bottom as we're talking about that. Spirit is so here. This commitment to the eternal you, the eternal all that is, the wonder of that being with you always. As within, so without, as above, so below. This is true. This is real. Allow spirit to show it to you. Us all individual, that is a solo experience. And it might be difficult to come out of the cave, right? With your spirit stick. Like, I do believe I am committed. I have faith, I trust in my gnosis. That can feel awkward. But at the same time, what else are you doing? Do you really, really, need anything from the external when the whole point of this beautiful message and beautiful path that you're being invited to live on is kind of standing in it? You don't have to tell anybody. You just have to believe it long enough to see it, right? And again, that will compound. You will be on this path. It's beautiful. You will be on this path. Red path. Red balloon even. You will be on that. You are on this path. You are on this path. You are exactly where you're supposed to be with having had all of the experiences up until now that you needed to have in order to understand this conversation right now. This is your path. See that pentacle and that yellow sky? Sturdy, trust, faith in the one, and that it's all true. There's no worries here in this night. He keeps it a steady clip. That is the horse rune in action with Shekinah as full solidity. Absolutely fine. Wow. And there's definitely no reason to be in a cave if you are steadfast in your commitment to the one showing you that it's all true. Wow. Wow. You're so much more than you ever. I just got a flash of all the glory that we want to, in our beautiful little hearts, whether we're kids or even grown up or the whole entire time. We really do see ourselves as beautiful, and it's the comparison and the whole life experience, that leads us up to this place where it's like, okay, wow, I can actually recognize myself as being in this most beautiful whole state, committed to the all that is, floating and beautifully gliding in that, in this wonderful trust scenario going forward if I choose to. And the only thing that keeps me from doing that is limiting the perception of who I could be, limiting the perception of all this beautiful that, I really hoped was true on the inside. Virgo, this is really gorgeous. You are really gorgeous. You are. And it's time for you to recognize that. Okay, whew. You guys could get me all full here. My heart is so full. It is so full. So full. Okay, so what's the cave aspect here in this interesting dilemma that the red cap finds themselves in as far as how to begin knowing that they can destroy and that the wisdom is flowing to them and how they act on it is so beautifully important right now. That they commit to the tower. Shekinah. That lightning is divine. That lightning is divine. That's Gnosis right there. That is Gnosis. Also the destroyer. Spirit's here. Come on out of that cave and do it gently, but trust it. The tower's no joke. Out with the old. Your old understanding of you having to do everything and keep yourself a cave because, or however this plays out. There is nothing in the world that you need to destroy. If it's not for you, call it not for you. The universe will take care of it. That's what the tower is all about. Your job is to be the one that offers the flow, the gnosis, the joy of you, the faith that you have, leading by example of awesomeness because you do in your heart know that this is true. You're in the realm of the destroyer. And again with the Ace of Cups, you're aware of what's, what spirit is and what spirit isn't. Let me put it that way. You're in the realm of the destroyer as Gnosis. Okay. And that might be difficult, but you know what? It's time. And what better time than the summer solstice when, it's time. This is the absolute best time to begin a new path. Absolute best time to make a new commitment. Absolutely. As the Hierophant jumps into my hand. And we've got a few. Okay, so the Hierophant is your hope. Absolutely. That this is all true. There are keys there, and there are fellas. I ams. Here. Hearing the truth. Acknowledging the truth. The invisible made visible. The Hierophant is aware that a human is magical with the addition of the divine. With the Emperor coming right before it. There's a lot of symbolism. But, this is Gnosis in physical, right? This is Shekinah asking you to allow spirit to show up in the physical world so that you know that you committed to the right flow, that your red balloon never has fibbed to you, and you made the right commitment to yourself and to spirit. This is faith. This is faith. The invisible made visible. And don't worry, what makes you seem strange, cultivate strangeness and beauty will follow. Please be your unique, wonderful, beautiful, faithful Virgo self. Please. You are so being encouraged to do that. This is your fear, being that beautiful Virgo self. Carrying that cup. Carrying that cup. Don't worry, it only seems silly until it really, everybody else can see it. Eventually they'll catch up, Once you start living your path, it's going to show anyway, love. It's going to show anyway. All right, this is how that plays out. The Five of Swords. That's very cave right there. And Gnosis up until now, thinking that you had that in hand. And that's deception comes from within and without. And, We can fib to ourselves just as quickly as we can be fibbed to by the other. The flow is never going to deceive you. And as far as this being the momentum of the word, really, the Seven of Swords, and this red hat, it's like, assert your beautiful words. With the fear as the Knight of Cups, which is essentially walking your path with spirit in your hand. Evolving to this radical awareness of your influence in the moment that you're in, of what you do with your gnosis, of what you do with your thoughts, words, beliefs, right? The aspect of air, the sword, is going to be radically obvious to you. Spirit's going to show you almost immediately whether you're right or not. And they're asking you to be that mature creator as well as the destroyer. What's not for you is not for you. And you'll feel it. You feel it as not true. You do feel it. I can see that. You're being asked to trust it, right? That cave is your own creation, and you can allow yourself out of it. Offer yourself spirit. There is no deception going forward that you won't be aware of. And there is no opportunity that you'll be in that at one point, if you had been in a situation where you felt like you needed to act on your own behalf as far as the Seven of Swords goes, again, I think you're just going to see proof of the truth. Because either way, this plays out in the truth being shown to you and you satisfied in it. So this is a glorious transition. But you're being asked to share your grail once you know it's in your hand. Not right now. Right now, hold that grail in your hand. Start cherishing it. Start learning how it works, right? Start appreciating your red balloon. Learn how to talk to it. Learn how it talks to you. Commit to this path of gnosis. What is gnosis? Google it, right? I mean, I'm not yelling, but I feel so strongly right now that Spirit wants you to have faith in committing to it. That I'm almost yelling. Okay. Wow. Exactly. Spirit is giving you your absolute value. The Ace of Pentacles. Your physical blessing. You are a blessing, a gift you're offering to the universe. This is the outcome. You holding your blessing. You holding your gnosis, your commitment to all that is, knowing that it's true. Knowing that it's true. That is magnanimous is the word. That's as big as a word I can come up with. Wow. Wow. This is your path. Oh, beautiful Virgo. This is so your path. So your path. Start to allow Spirit to show you that your faith in it is worth it. And that your beautiful is really true. You are something beautiful. Receive and accept. Only the truth will do. Okay? And the truth in the most beautiful, clearest, cleanest, heartfelt way. Truth is a glorious thing. But it can be wrapped up in a lot of layers of other people's words. So really it's, ask yourself, you're in hand with this in embodiment of gnosis. Ask yourself what you need to know. And trust it. Don't listen to other people. The hunter here, again, stands for being aware of the flow. I know what I need to know when I need to know it. This red balloon is like a weather balloon. You could tell when it's going to rain. You can tell when what you need to eat is coming towards you just because you just had a hunger moment and said, "Ooh, I wonder what's for dinner." It's like just start to allow yourself to be shown how well you are taken care of. Step back, Virgo. Marinate in all this beautiful right here. Allow it to come to you and play in it. Live your path. I'm going to let that be your starting point. The commitment to the ring here is the real deal. An absolute blessing starts from here. That's gorgeous. That's gorgeous, Virgo. I can't wait to see what happens next. If you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so that you can see what happens next. But until next time, thank you and peace. Hello, this is going to be the yellow path. If you chose the yellow, beautiful, glittery, gorgeous yellow, luminescent and amazingly awesome. What a way to start a path. Summer solstice reading. Here we go. Oops. It's energetic. Bouncing around for you already, Virgo. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, let's see. I haven't seen any of this. All right, we've got the rune of Thurisaz, which is thorn, which is really beautiful. Essentially, all this life experience is wisdom. It only hurts while you're taking the stinger out. Come into understanding. After that, it's pure wisdom. Experience is a beautiful thing. All right, so that's what we're talking about. This path, brand new path. I love this. And again, just thank you for likes and subscribes and shares. If you haven't, please consider doing so. I do think this is going to be kind of a fun thing to subscribe for, as far as my intention is somewhat of a reading trajectory that you can follow, as well as myself. It'll be kind of fun to see how close, the universe and I get with our beautiful interpretations of, what the options are coming up. So, yeah, I wanted to say thank you. And this is, again, in regards to the summer solstice being the very tippy top of the sky that the sun will be at, it's pretty much a graceful dive from there. And we won't be back up to this full cycle point until next year at this time. So it really is time for a new path, if you get what I'm saying. Really is time. Okay, so here we go. Equanimity. First card out. Equanimity. All things work together for good. Beautiful. And there's a little path there too. Dakini of Infinite Light. From the White Light Oracle. Dakini of Infinite Light. Wow. I'm going to read this little blurb to you because it's important. That has a really, they all do, but that has a really gorgeous message. It empowers your equanimity, if I may say so myself, and the healing of these thorns, and the perception of what those thorns really are. Magic! Mystical Shaman card here. We have Magic, which is number 33. Of course it is. Infinite Light, Magic. Love it. And Trust. Wow. Number 32. It's like trust magic. That's where equanimity lives. And would you look at the little birds? Trust. How beautiful. How beautiful is that? And that is what moon? The log moon. Oh, because it looks like an egg. Is that egg moon? Is that what it says? It is egg moon, my bad. The egg moon. Oh my gosh. That really is gorgeous, Virgo. Oh my gosh, this yellow path is amazing. The red one was amazing too. I can't wait to see like how all of these play out. I'm so excited. Like I'm so inspired with this. I really feel like it's just going to be just a really fun process, you know? Just a really fun little per- perpetuation of personal awesomeness, you know? Our spiritual path is everything. And, you know, whether that is, uh, you know, I don't even want to call it a spiritual path right now because it's like, it's real. You know, the light is real. Whether we call it spirit or what animates us or science or the flow or the creator or, um, you know, the unnamed energy. It's just that really we're coming to an understanding of how things work. We're being asked to come to an understanding of how things work. You know, that is exactly where equanimity lives, is between trust and magic. How beautiful. Okay. So we have an archetype for the castle is what's going to be your beginning of your path. Is in regards to the castle. Let's see. Will you hold that dragon? Thank you. Okay. Now this is going to be yourself at the beginning of this path. The prayer. How beautiful, Virgo. The prayer. Will you look at that hand coming up? This bubble of awesomeness surrounding it. The prayer. Wow, that's beautiful. Talk about trust and magic. Where real equanimity comes from. You know, and that's, wow, that's a castle built of pearls, you know, earned by self. You know, that's where this thorn is coming in, I believe. You're going into the realm of the comic. Absolutely equanimity. When you have trust and faith in magic, knowing that this is all for you, where else would you be? Except for being able to see things from multiple sides, therefore understanding it, therefore taking the sting out of the thorn. I love that. I love that for you, Virgo. You know, the comic is where it's at. That's a genius right there. Genius. This is what you have in your hands. The mirror as a tool. It's a very good tool. A very good tool. Especially being the prayer going into the realm of the comic with a mirror in your hand. Heck yeah. Oh yeah. And why? The nectar, which is again trust and faith in magic. I love this. Manna from heaven itself. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. Let me read your Dakini of Infinite Light. What number is she? Number 9. Number 9. Pardon me, just a second. She's right. Here we go. It's going to be this one here. Okay, number 9. Dakini of Infinite Light. Seek and you shall find. Find the teachers and teachings which feel pure to your heart. But remember, it is the inner truth of you that will ultimately set you free. Do not give your power away, but do trust in a greater guiding wisdom at work in all aspects of your life. Ask for help from enlightened spiritual beings in any matter of concern, and help shall be granted. There's your confirmation. Believe all problems can be resolved, and a more graceful life experience is opening up for you now. So the Dakini is a supernatural feminine being who inspires spiritual practice, guides one to actualize spiritual abilities. Okay, so you seek and you shall find. Give the universe a chance to show you you're right. Wow. And actualize your spiritual abilities. Okay. Love it. Love it. Talk about magic. All right, let's see what your tarot has to say. Excuse me, let me get a sip of tea. Say thank you again. Okay. Let's see. All right. So the prayer, which is awareness of infinite light. This is infinite. Knowing that you always know what you need to know when you need to know it, and that your prayers are always heard and answered, and that prayer is very real and very personal. Walking into the realm of the comic, which again is a genius. Being able to look at things from multiple perspectives in order to understand it enables you to, once understanding it, again, take that thorn. That thorn is gone. And now you can even structure it in a way that it's funny. The truth is, it's all about the nectar. It's all about life experience. Roses are worth the thorn, if you know what I mean. It's all for the joy of experience. This is all for that is exactly what we're doing here, is the nectar. As a prayer in the realm of the comic, which is seeing it all as for you. And with having this mirror in your hand, I mean, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I mean, thank you, Virgo. I just want to say thank you. Thank you, Yellow Path. You are starting out as a fantastically lighthearted, beautiful, aware of what's good and true in the world, and knowing it and feeling it. This is very magic. Very, very, very. All right, let's get some tarot. What's the situation? Exactly. There's your castle. Graduation. Certainty. Illumination. You did it. You got here. Brand new path. Equanimity all day. Realm of the comic. Yep. I got perspective any which way I want to look at it. Prayers are answered. That's my castle, like I said. 11:11. Infinite. All those thorns were worth it. All right, and here's you as the self right now, the Yellow Path. Okay. So the Knight of Wands going into the Four of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a sacred mission, optimism and faith, which is exactly prayer in hand, that wand in hand, running with it, knowing what's good and what to trust, and that magic is real. Magic, again, is faith, and it's only magic because you can see it. What an interesting concept. Trust shows up as magic. Okay. What a beautiful beginning. Sacred mission, all right. Okay, sacred mission. You know what's good. You know what's good. The Knight of Pentacles is your why. The nectar, knowing that there is infinite light. Equanimity all day. Trust in magic, and that pentacle right there, and his value to the universe, that all that is good, everything he feels is leading him in a trustworthy manner. Seek and you shall find. Seek and you shall find. Once you get a taste of nectar, you know what that feels like. You want more of that good. And the universe is offering it to you. I love it. I love this. I want to shuffle. All right, so what is who Okay, manifesting, playing in all that's good, playing in it. Cool. All right, so you're aware. I love that. That's why you have a mirror in your hand, because you are aware that you are playing in the flow. I love that. Okay, good. So a wonderful starting point. But, again, that is where thorns come from, life experience. But going into the realm of the comic, it's like we're fixing to add some perspective to that so that you can see it was good, and that it was all worth it, right? That's where the stinger comes in, where you see it was all worth it. All right, we got the Four of Cups as your surrounding environment. White light. Why do I keep calling that white? Infinite. Infinite. Trust, magic, the prayer, understanding. All right. Seek and ye shall find. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is going to be you in the present. So this is right now as we begin this reading. Wheel of Fortune. Talk about the top of the summer solstice. That's where we are right now. At the top of that Wheel of Fortune. Ready to start a new cycle. You're in a wonderful place right now, Virgo. Ready. You are so ready. You are so ready for new cycle. Okay, Queen of Cups is how your situation plays out in the future. Talk about the prayer and the nectar. Trust, magic, equanimity, awareness of this infinite light and what your castle actually means to you. Cherishing, again with this castle, all those pearls, right? And the rose. This experience is all absolutely worth it. Every single bit of it was worth it. Because you wouldn't be in this position right now in order to accept any of this as your first step on a brand new cyclic path where you're coming into realization of your spiritual abilities just by following what you know to be good and true, or what lights you up even. The nectar is beautifully personal as well. What do we do with these cards? Let me see. I'm going to have to make some way to know where we're at, but I'll just line them up until then. Thanks again for coming with the, learning curves. Thanks again. All right, so let's see Virgo's yellow path in the future. Face down. Okay. Solid. Trust in magic. That's a whole self right there. He's got his value in front of him. His sovereignty, even. If you see how he's holding that. Just like you would hold your chi. He's holding his value. He has a crown on with value. He knows where his information comes from. He values it. He has a pentacle under each foot with a city behind him. He knows that he is whole. I love the Four of Pentacles. I think we should all aim for 44. Yes, I just said that. Okay, this is the way there. Looking at the old, turning around, and doing differently, which is not even doing differently. It's feeling differently. This is how I went about my life up until now. When I'm ready, I'm going to turn, and I'm going to know this is all for me. Again with the thorn, and the realm of the comic. It does take life experience to figure out that you can trust that you can have faith in that infinite light and that magic is real. So you can turn around and say, going forward, I'm going to have some equanimity in my heart. I'm going to try to see things from multiple perspectives. That way I can be easy about it. I know that life experience is fantastic. The nectar is always worth it. And that's a perpetuation of a, wonderful beginning. Again, with this realization of spiritual abilities, you got to start. That's all. You just, it's a matter of starting. And it looks to me like you are absolutely ready and absolutely willing. So it's like you're on this beautiful cusp, yellow path, of realizing that you were right, like about the beauty of prayer and the truth and how wonderfully supported you really are. I love this. Some relief for you. Relief from those thorns is most definitely what we. And here's all that perspective that is available to you, and it is up to you what you do with it. It is up to you what you do with it. And not just the castle here. Like you can see that castle as protection, glorious, something that you built, you love and cherish, and it was all worthwhile, and it's the most magnificent thing on earth. You can also see it as like a prison, right? Oh, this life I've lived, I've been through all this life experience, and you know, you can mire in that however which way you want to. But you're suffering for no good reason because in the end, you just worried or were negative about something that's still there. I think what you're being asked to do here is to look at how you're looking at things. Look at how you're looking at things and experiencing the, with this white light, experiencing the new opportunity to see it. Because that's the prayer. You've prayed for this. This is a prayer being answered. And you're coming into some acknowledgement, some realization of the truths of your trust, your magic, your nectar, what it does. And trust. Trust. That's funny with that being the only swords card here. But it is the cross. It is what's in the way. Don't torture yourself. Go after the nectar. What's your hopes here for the yellow path? Queen of Wands, exactly. Go after that nectar. It's your castle. It's your life experience. Your roses are worth the life experience to get there. And you know what? Perspective is a wonderful thing. You wouldn't be such rich of a character. You wouldn't. I mean, the light is worth it. The fire is worth it. Seeing things as for you is so very worth it. That's where magic lives. That's where magic lives. What a juxtaposition again with the Nine of Swords as the cross and the Queen of Wands as your hope. Live from the inside out. Prayer is real. That's your castle. Seek to always find the humor in any situation and chase the thing that, not chase anything because everything that's for you will be right there. But that sweet spot, your joy is everything. Your joy is everything. Okay. We have fear is the moon, Virgo. Fear is the moon. With it's like trusting. This is truly a prayer being answered. And you're being asked to trust in magic and that this light is always available to you. Don't be afraid. What you need to see will always be shown to you. Which is, again, this Queen of Cups in the future. The situation in the future, you will know this to be true. So it's only, it's a moment in the path. Okay? Again, this stinger, this thorn, only hurts until you get some perspective. Only hurts until you remove it. Or add some salve to it, right? Which, the illusion is cured once you have the light. The illusion is cured once you have the light. How does this fear play out, please? How does that evolve over this cycle? And the moon is fear itself, really. And this Queen of Wands, she's got her shadow right up there, right in front of her. She's not... Equanimity comes from a solid place of trusting in this infinite light. Just trust. I know, I just said, just trust. Yeah, just trust. Let's see, how does that evolve? Three of Swords. Again, looking at those swords. You'll know the difference between, connection and disconnection and magic and prayer and perspective. And, this mirror in hand. This Three of Swords isn't necessarily, Three of Swords, no card is bad. This Three of Swords, to me right now, with this moon, as the fear and the Three of Swords being how it evolves. It's like this mirror in hand has this full moon in it. And it's almost like that moment of, do I trust in this magic that I feel could be true? Or, do I call it an illusion? Or, some silly imagination? Or even, other people's idea of what this is. This mirror right now is making me think like you're looking at what your real nectar is, what trust is, what magic is, what actually makes you happy, what you would, consider pearls of wisdom at this point, because those thorns are worth it, and again, like I said in the beginning, you wouldn't have come to this place unprepared. So all of the life experience that you've had up until now has most definitely been for you. It has most definitely been for you. Wow. These readings are really big. Like, it's just a huge next level for you. Huge. Can I get one for advice, please? One for advice on this beginning of this new path. The realm of the comic, prayer in hand. I'm sorry, the mirror in hand. You are the prayer in the realm of the comic with your mirror in hand. Trusting in magic, knowing what makes you happy. This heart-covered shirt with these red extremities, he's got all three swords in his hands. It's up to him how he sees this. Again, the realm of the comic, right? Trust that it's for you. You know, you're going to be in these situations going forward. And you've been in these situations in the past. You know, with this rune, okay, what is this experience for? Is this for me to trust my connection or for me to be worried about other people not um, hearing what my heart just said? Right? And you're being asked not to worry about what other people think. This is your castle, your prayer, your whether you think it's funny or not, your mirror reflection that you're looking in every morning, and your nectar. Not to mention your magic and your trust. You know, this is that number 5 that is in your hands. And you are standing there for the right reasons. Trust that, Virgo. Trust that. You are the prayer in the realm of perspective with a mirror in your hand because of nectar. Yes, that's a wonderful place to be. And it is a learning experience. And it only hurts until it makes sense that you need to trust in your connection, right? Trusting in your connection. Okay, so this is the outcome. The 9 of Wands, which is authenticity. Authenticity. You know, this particular I am is standing there with his wand in hand. He knows exactly what inspires him, what his nectar is, what it feels like, what it tastes like, what it smells like, you know, what color it is, etc. All the 8 wands that came before from every other situation, scenario, whatever, thorns even, are behind him. Well placed, organized, he knows how he feels about them. Authenticity. Authenticity. Seeing just fine. Seeing just fine. And you know, this is a mirror. The 9 of Wands. Because all those 8 wands that came before, that everybody's seen coming, he has them all lined up here. Now, anybody that comes up to talk to him is going to see these wands in order. They're going to be like, oh, that's why they trusted. Oh, that's why they're so equanimous. You know, they're so easy with everything. They trust magic. They know it's true. They know prayer is real. Infinite connection, right? Wonderful. That's the first time I've ever seen the 9 of Wands like that. I love tarot cards. And I'm always a big fan and a big supporter and advocate for introspection. Get yourself some tarot cards because it's that season. If not, you know, it's and not even an if not. They're just a beautiful tool. A beautiful tool, especially when it comes to realizing your own abilities and your own connection and what that actually does for you is, you know, a glorious realization. And that is the precipice of your path. Wow. That's on the bottom. Owning that trust in magic. Look at how cool and calm the King of Cups is. I don't know what, I just heard King of Hearts. The King of Hearts right there. Owning their easy trust in magic, knowing that prayer is real. They got nectar in that cup right there. Never ends. What a mirror, huh? What a mirror. Let me see if there's anything else I can add here. Let's see. You know, again, as you become aware of these thorns, cherish them. They are your triggers, your opportunity to see how you do perceive something. You know, that's going to be very important going forward, Virgo. How you are perceiving things. And you're definitely being asked to recognize that, you know, prayer is real, love. It never ends. You know, you're always in the realm of magic. Oh, it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting. Thank you again for the likes and subscribes. And if, you know, again, I can't wait until the next one to see how this goes. So thanks for playing part in the very first summer solstice as well as Pick a Path. I hope this reading really added to the stream of your life and gave you a really good look at what you can begin to, contemplate as the summer solstice comes about. So thank you so much. I really do appreciate y'all. And until the next one, peace. Well, hi there, Virgo. This is going to be the blue path. If this is the starting point that you chose for our beautiful summer solstice pick a path reading, this is where we're going to begin. I'm excited. If you have liked and subscribed, thank you so much. If you haven't, consider doing so because I believe this is about to be a really cool trajectory to play with. Things get better over time, and I think the way that I have this, again, like I said in the introduction, my inspiration is to really create a path that is able to be looked at from the starting point and seen the process, right? Or proof of the process. So yeah, I'm excited if you can tell. So I haven't seen any of your cards or anything, and this is a surprise and delight. Let's start the summer solstice, this new cycle off right. Okay, so this is the polar star rune, and this is called Tiwaz, which is all about that single point of focus, following your North Star. Following your North Star. What is your path? What does light you up? What does light you up? If you don't know on your astrological, like your birth chart, look at where your North Node is. Look at where your North Node is. Okay, bliss. Bliss. I love this card. We have from Queen of the Naga. I'm from Queen of the Nagas. From the White Light Oracle, Queen of the Nagas, which is all about you have a spiritual mission, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure what this one is, and I will read that a little bit, but it's definitely all about expansion and directing that towards evolving your community, really. I mean, the Queen of the Nagas, right? Okay, the Corn from Mystical Shaman. The Corn. It's all about abundance right there. Sustenance. You are taken care of. Okay. And from the Queen of the Moon, we have number 14, Focus. It's another beautiful card. Focus. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Let's see. Okay, Blue Path, thanks for your patience. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and read this for you. The Queen of the Nagas. And she, again, is number 5. A sacred task exists for you to fulfill. Again, a sacred task exists for you to fulfill. It is to be found through connection to your heart. Be open only to those most authentic teachings which prove helpful to your continued spiritual progress and personal freedom. Cleansing your body, mind, heart, and soul will be of particular benefit at this time. Powerful, subtle energies are helping ensure your success. Believe that many positive synchronicities and unexpected allies will rally to support you. A sacred task exists for you to fulfill. All right. So you're clearing out all of the stuff that's not true. The stuff that doesn't feel true. The stuff that doesn't resonate with you. Whether that be, and it said body, mind, soul, all of it. You have a spiritual task to fulfill. All right. And it looks like focusing on your bliss and knowing that you are abundant because you are following your own direction, which is always north. Cool. All right. So, how are we going to, or I'm sorry, what is our bounce off point here? The forest. That magical, enchanted forest. Perspective. You know, again, this forest can be scary if you feel like you need a flashlight. You know, definitely a matter of perspective. Is this for me or isn't it? Wow. I don't know why that just felt so like devastatingly important to really sift through your perspectives. You know, focus on how you're seeing things and clear out what doesn't feel true. Because abundance and bliss are here for you, you know. Spirit's asking you to um, clean out your idea of what spirit does for you, who you are in this forest, and what this forest is. Okay. And who you want to be, and what you want your forest to look like. You know, this is all about your own personal direction. Okay. Spiritual task to fulfill is in bliss and focus on your awesomeness. That would be why. Coming out of the underworld, or looking at the underworld. You know, and this is again the beginning of a brand new path. So, this is where we begin. The underworld. Which is, maybe that's why I felt like that perspective is everything. Perspective is everything. Let's see here. Let me make that so you can see a little better. Yeah. The threshold is where you're at, where you're going. That momentary threshold in every moment that you're in. Enchanted forest, scary forest. Underworld. Up and out for sure. Up and out. The heart is what you have in your hands. The heart is what you have in your hand. Isn't that what this said too? You have to go through your heart to fulfill your mission. Exactly. And you know, and that's what this focus is asking you to do. And bliss. And corn. Trust in the abundance. Follow your heart. Nothing grows in the underworld. You know, almost and the more that you like of the underworld, you know, the more that you are worried about something, the more energy you give that. So this threshold is between the underworld and your own heart. Again, perspective. Perspective. Okay. Okay, Virgo, we're going to get you through this. We're going to get you through this. We're going to get us through this. Oh, wow. Yeah, because of the unseen. The magic of it all. That's why you have to go through your heart that you have in your hand. The abundance. Wow. Wow. Because of the unseen. It is most definitely time to cleanse your heart of anything that doesn't make you happy or make you feel abundant or make you feel as if you were loved by the unseen. There's almost like this. I keep wanting to go like that. Like spirits, like, come on out of that underworld. Come on, come on over here into your heart. Cross that threshold. We're right here. We got you. Let's see. We got you. The underworld, where there's just not enough light shining, right? The underworld, that collective story of, fear. You're being asked to focus on everything that's in your heart with the unseen's help to cross those thresholds when you come to them. Into the light, into the enchanted aspects, into the unseen's loving guidance. Loving is the only word I keep getting. Loving. Okay, let's see what Tarot has to say, because this is really magical. And it is most definitely a precipice of the beginning of a new journey, which I'm really, really glad for you. This blue path is not going to be any joke, I can tell that. And you have a sacred task to fulfill that starts through going through your heart, right? Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm so excited for you. Okay, situation, yeah, there we go. The underworld. That area where it's all up to you how you feel about it. Do you stuff it down, or do you trust that, everything happens for you in the moment that you're in? This number 5, this 5 of Swords, with the Queen of Nagas being number 5 as well. It's always a precipice. There's always that threshold. Always. In every moment that you're in. Something can be an enchanted forest, or it can be an underworld. You can be just as abundant as you believe you are, or you can say you aren't, and you can literally watch your corn die right in front of you. And now Virgo's blue path in particular, you're being called to recognize these truths. And this is a mature Virgo. I mean, not mature in age. I mean mature in experience, to the point where you're being asked to begin to fulfill your sacred task and start with your heart and how you actually do see things working for you or not. Okay. And definitely, for you is the advice here. For you. Okay. I feel like, let's get yourself first. Yes, exactly. Making it real. You're focusing on something. Focus on the enchanted aspect, versus the, the worry over the unseen is almost what I want to say. With this threshold, this, these feet standing on this black, with all of this light and glorious on the other side of it, it's like trusting the unseen is where it's at. Because if you feel like, all you know up until now, proof-wise or whatever, is underworld, and I know that's extreme, but it really is all in our perspective and what we focus on, because we do make it real. The unseen works for us, whether, we call it good or bad. It don't matter. Our intention, our perspective of whatever, the unseen helps us with, right? It doesn't, your perspective is everything. Focus on the things that bring you bliss. The things that make your heart feel big and full and beautifully alive. Bigger and better and not better. Bigger and you know, more blissful as you go, rather than that detract from you, if that helps. So yeah, a cleansing of the heart is where we're beginning. And the perspective of that. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've got the Queen of Wands on the bottom here with her little black cat. Which, we got this little black cat in here, and my kitty just confirmed. It's all for you. And the Queen of Wands is sitting in that, always, always aware of that threshold. The unseen works for her, Okay. Let's see what we can get for this why. Why? Because we make it real regardless. Focus on the things that you want, which is exactly what this is saying. Focus on the things that bring you bliss. This North Star is your focus, okay? Focus on things that bring you bliss and believing that you are abundant, because the unseen is going to do, provide for you whatever you believe is true. And it wants you to be happy. Spirit wants you to be happy, and going from your heart, you're going to see that you are actually an excellent manifester. But you're always on that threshold, and you need to come through your heart. Everything is for you, beautiful blue path, Virgo. And my heart goes to you. My heart goes to you. And I'm so glad we're at this threshold right now with heart in hands. This is a very, very loving message. A very beginning, the beginning of a beautiful story. And I really love this for you. Okay, we have the Two of Pentacles. Where am I at with this camera? Let me move these over a little bit. Okay. The Two of Pentacles is going to be you in the past, which is manifesting. Absolutely manifesting. Okay. Working with all that is. The Wheel of Fortune is your surrounding environment. Talk about the unseen and corn. Abundance, bliss, focus. You're on the threshold. You have your heart in your hands, and you're being asked to work through that with Spirit's help to cleanse your body, mind, and soul, to fulfill a spiritual task that you're being asked basically from the unseen. To mind your forest and expect it to be the most beautiful new beginning you ever had. This is beautiful. It's time. It's time, Virgo. It's time. Wow. I knew these readings were going to be great. It's time to follow your north. Find your North Star and follow that, and expect the unseen to be all over it for you. As you go through this process of clearing out your heart and what you believe to be true, and how your heart really communicates with you, how Spirit really communicates with you, which will be made clearer and clearer as you do this cleansing process, to refining what you really do believe is true and allowing it to be shown to you. Allowing it to be shown to you. Now, this is going to be you in the present. Awesome. Virgo, you're being called right this second to fulfill the sacred task by the unseen. Surrounded by the unseen. Judgment. You in the present. Very upward direction, yeah. You are being called. Huh. Page of Swords is how your Five of Swords plays out. You know what? And that is a wonderful transition, right? Because the Five is on that contrast point. that change point. 5 is always about change and that precipice of which way do you go, right? Page of Swords is how that plays out, is trust and faith in his own sword. Just as enchanted as he wants to be, clean heart, pink face, knows he has messages, knows his sword's in his hand. This is bliss. It's all for him. Fresh, ready to go. Ready for that spiritual task. That's it. Cleaning your heart out. And then you're ready. I love that. I love that. That's simple but beautiful. The way that just... Okay, exactly. You get the Hierophant as you in the future. Your situation plays out as the Page of Swords, and you as the Hierophant. So you go from judgment right now, or present, whenever you're watching this, to the Hierophant in the future, which is very, very Queen of the Nagas, aware of the unseen, has gone through the heart, knows where that threshold is, knows that the underworld is just a construction of illusion. Abundance is real, faith is power. This is faith in the unseen, the invisible made visible. You'll know that it's true. That's beautiful. That's beautiful, Virgo. Yay. Yay. Ugh, I love this. I love this. I almost can't wait to see the next step on your path. Okay. And we're not even done with this one yet. What's the bridge? Psh, of course it is. The Magician. Seeing that you have the power in the moment that you're in. That perspective is all yours. This forest is scary or this forest is enchanted. This is my threshold. What I focus on, I create. Whether it's underworld, overworld, in-between world, my North Star, my South Point, I'm either abundant or I'm not. It really does come from you. And that is apparently the bridge that you are coming to understand. That this threshold is always in your hands. You always have the power, Virgo. Always. Always have the power. Okay, let's see the cross here. Why are we standing at this precipice right now? Others. Okay. And again, this is the underworld. This is confusion and, building upon perspectives that aren't necessarily true to begin with, but, chatter, noise, all of that stuff that's not necessarily of the heart. Other people's beliefs. What you're being asked to clear your forest of. Anything that doesn't resonate with your heart. These trees gotta go. Okay, cool. So the five of wands, was your cross, and the 6 of wands is your hope. Recognizing that you did raise your wand above the underworld, which is very North Star. The unseen is for me. This is my forest. Bliss is the way. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Like, it's all worth it. It's all true. I focused on my bliss, and look, all my corn, it's like giant corn now. Oh my. Okay, so the fear here for the blue path, please. Ooh. Okay, so I've got this one face up, so we're going to go with that. The King of Cups. Sorry. King of Cups is the fear, which is living in that heart. It really is, living in that heart. And how's that play out? Justice. Knowing it was all worth it. Wow. It's time. You're being called to have faith. Have faith that everything you believe that you are creating, you are. And knowing that, cleanse your heart of what you're creating. Because realizing how magical you are in the moment that you're in, you're going to really start to consider what you're creating. Because the unseen's working for you, like I said. The divine is asking you to sit still and look at what your heart wants and putting energy into that versus any energy that's not true. And not that it's not true. It's not for you. Okay? That doesn't feel good. Aim for what feels good. Clear yourself of the rest. And it's a process. This is just the beginning of a year-long process. This is a process. And the beautiful thing is this being a dragon year, it's all about this. Nobility for everybody. Sovereignty for all. Focus on your bliss and your abundance and how loved you are by all that is, ever was or ever will be. You know, those are the messages I'm getting. And you're absolutely in the phase of judgment right now. With your magic being shown to you in the midst of this, in order for you to know that faith is power. Wow. Wow. Advice. Faith is power. You work with the unseen. You know, and this is very much of a cleansing of the heart, you know, and the perspectives. Easy. You know, she's as neutral as she possibly can be, you know, this particular I am. You know, really waiting to understand or looking at something and, you know, waiting for her heart to tell you, how do I say that? Like focused on that beautiful neutral state that, you know, doesn't call it, this is very threshold. It doesn't call it the underworld or, you know, anything else. It waits to see and believes it's also for them. So it doesn't get in the way, you know, and her little yellow shoes here are what's going to determine what happens next. So in this moment, her yellow shoes determine whether something is an underworld or whether it's, you know, bliss. But it really is up to her and her heart and how she feels about it. And then the unseen makes it real. For how I understand. It's like they're working with you one way or the other. Come from your heart instead of your understanding of some underworld, right? Cleanse your belief set. Yeah. We don't want to create any more. All right, so outcome, please. This looks like a beautiful cleaning of house, really. Your sacred task is only going to get easier over time and so gloriously worth it. You know, really because it's a moment. It really is. It's a moment, you know, a threshold. And the more, you know, the more that you call this, how am I seeing this? How am I seeing this? How I feel about this? Is this true? You know, asking for proof of it one way or the other. You're going to really come to know your spiritual connection and how it speaks to you and how you feel whenever, you know, how your heart communicates to you is what I'm getting at. It's the beginning of a beautiful path. Beginning of a beautiful path. It's so worth it, I think is what I was trying to say. And you have your heart in your hand. This is so beautifully worth it. All right. And the outcome of this particular calling, please. Spirit. That one? Are you trying to come up? Okay. 8 of Wands. The unseen. Moving energy. Your focus, your bliss, your abundance, your expectations. The energy you're sending out. Again, with the Two of Swords as advice and the Eight of Wands as the outcome, it's like no matter what, the unseen is going to help you make it real. And they want you to aim higher through your heart and focus on that. How everything is good and true and beautiful in this world, and it is for you in the moment that you say it is. There is no underworld other than the one that you give energy to. And if you have anything in any underworld, you start pulling it out through your heart, look at it, call it, tell it it's beautiful, so it's not in the underworld anymore. Boom, it's gone. Or, guess what? It's above ground now. And it's a beautiful seed of something that you want to grow. If that makes sense. Because something in the underworld is something that you're trying to hide from, whether it's from others or from yourself or what experience or what have you. But the underworld is still fertile ground. Okay. Now, if you consider the underworld like underground, right? We can plant a bunch of seeds, right? And okay, for instance, bunch of seeds. All these seeds are equal and different kind of seeds, whatever. And the time that we planted them, we really wanted them. Or we really, had some intention towards them for a second. But when it comes time to water these seeds, we decide that that seed right there, nobody else is going to like. That seed right there, I'm going to feel weird if I, wear it on my head. That's that seed right there. I don't know if I could explain that to anybody else. And, that seed right there, it's like not choosing to water those seeds, but water these other acceptable ones, is all your choice, your threshold, your judge of whether something is worth watering or not. But the beautiful truth here is that those seeds that you didn't choose to water are still in the ground in your underworld. Wanting attention. Just sitting there waiting. You know what I mean? So it's like, either water those seeds or say, you know what? That was my seed. It's cool. I now know that, I wanted something else. I moved on to a bigger and better seed, or I chose, vanilla over chocolate. Like it's just a matter of how you see it, right? And you're always on that threshold. That's why you're being asked to come through the heart. Because either way, the unseen knows that you have all of these seeds in the underworld. And the attention that you give the seeds that you didn't water, even though you didn't water them, still gets attention. Right? So it's like focus on what you want the unseen to help you with. Not keeping alive all the things that you decided that you don't want. And if you do decide that you do want them, love them through your heart and bring them into being. Water them, right? So it's really, this is your forest, love. This is your forest, that's all. And the unseen wants to help you one way or the other. It just wants you to be aware of what you are creating. And that it can be so much more. That is your spiritual task. That is your spiritual task. Eight of Pentacles. Self-mastery. Self-mastery. Okay? Creating the forest, sustaining the forest that you have. And always raising that up. Wow. You have such a wonderful path in front of you, Blue Pearl. Such a wonderful path. And you are most definitely being called. You are most definitely being called. Whew. Wow. I just felt the shift for you. Oh, this is beautiful. This is beautiful, Virgo. So beautiful. Um, every moment is that threshold. And this is your forest, my love. Remember that you've been called. You have a sacred task to fulfill. And it comes through your heart. Trust in all that is good, okay? Trust in the unseen. Whatever you know. Spirit is here and it's here for you, and it wants you to recognize that it is all for you. It is most definitely all for you. Bliss, baby. Ah, thank you, Virgo. A blue path. That is going to be your message and the beginning of your path for this particular summer solstice. I really hope you enjoyed that, and I hope you like and subscribe so that you can see the next one. Um, I am offering personal readings. You can find the information in the description box. But until the next one, this really is beautiful and a gift, a true, true gift. I wish you the best. Thank you so much, Virgo. Peace.